Okay, guys, let's get deep for a minute. I know I always kind of make funny, kind of like funny videos and stuff that that's just the entertainment. But let's get deep for a minute. Let's think for a second. Now, as us now, and I'm just talking about males, period, young, this new generation. We have to really think about like what's going on, like what we're gonna leave. Because, like for instance, right now, my son just told me he was at school, and his teacher actually, for one of their assignments, they had to memorize and take certain things out of a Tupac poem that meant something to him, and like write on it. Now think about it. Tupac was my generation, what I grew up on. Now, he's still going on strong. So, for this generation, can you imagine? Now, this ain't no diss, but these newer artists like Kodak Black and what's his name, Young Thugger, and I mean whatever. Now, damn, can you imagine the next generation, somebody saying, let's read their lyrics? You couldn't imagine that, right? Because this generation, the stuff that they talk about, like having sex with your girl and having sex with these women and stuff like that, that's not what they're going to play in school. So I'm just saying, for our generation, we need to think like what we're going to bring to the next generation. And I was listening to Damon Dash, man. And this guy, and the reason why I was listening to Damon, I didn't just go to Damon Dash. I love him, but I've been so into New Edition lately. I mean, I've always been into New Edition, but since they came out with the movie and the actors were so awesome, I mean, they killed it, man. Golly, I can't stop watching that damn movie. But anyway, it just sticks in my mind, so I'm always New Edition, New Edition, this. And then I seen Damon Dash talking about New Edition, so I said, oh, let me rush to this. Now, I already watched this, so I can't call this a reaction. But this dude said a lot of good stuff in there that pertains strictly to me. And I think all the new generation should listen to this, y'all. Seriously, man. God, this guy, Damon Dash, he's awesome, man. Nas called him a dummy, but man, he's not no dummy, Nas, man. I'm telling you, this dude got some stuff for your ass. For your ass. For your ass.
What is it that drives you and makes you hustle every day? And how do you maintain a hustle in this world, in this industry? Do you handle it in an honest way in this business?
Well,
listen,
I was
guys.
looking at New Edition story, and I like it. I'm not mad at it at all. But it was funny because they were like talking to Michael Bivins, and they was like, "When do you ever see the label or the administrator broke?" Right? And then they were showing how the other guy robbed them, the in-between guy. All my artists be rich, and I'm the one that be broke. But usually it be the artist that be complaining that be broke, and it be the other guy.
Yeah.
You know, that's where honesty gets you. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I've learned enough from it, and I've built a brand where I can do it on my own. So it's tougher to be honest, but you have a better life if you're honest. You have a more longevity if you're honest. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, like, as far as my drive, I'm from Harlem. And I came up around people that were competitive in the street at doing illegal things.
Okay, let me stop there real quick. So what he's saying is, if you guys don't understand, like, now you see so many people, like the producers and the people, the managers are so rich, and the artists end up broke. And if you watch the New Edition story, that's exactly what Michael Bivins said. Maury Starr, he had all the money. They first toured them 2 albums. They came home, their first check was $1.19 off Candy Girl now. And he's saying he ended up coming home with no check or no money, and his artists be having it all because he was so honest. He really wasn't just trying to take his money from his artist. He really was trying to help his artists. Okay.
That I'm not doing any illegal things. I still have the competitiveness, but I don't have it's legal.
Right.
So it's so much, and I don't do anything unless I enjoy it.
Right.
So like my son plays ball like every day, basketball, books, but he don't get paid for that. You understand what I'm saying? But he do it every day. He love it. To me, I'm like, yo, bro, regardless of what it is, if you love it, the trick is to figure out how to get paid to do things you love, so that way the mistakes don't feel like mistakes. It feels like practice. It's just practice. It's not a mistake when you love it, because you get better the next time you do it. So it's practice. In my life, that's what I've been doing. I'm practicing. I did it one way, now I'm trying to do it another way, and now I'm trying to do it another way. You've seen me do it.
Absolutely.
I'm like, all right, yo, we had this conversation 10 years ago. I did it this way. You were there when you were like, what happened? It's over. I'm doing it different. I'm doing something different.
Okay, listen, youngsters. Now he's going to talk to you guys now.
Changed everything, had a plan, right? And I'm trying it another way. I practiced it one way, now I think I could do it better this way. But also in doing it, my kids got to be first. The other way, my kids wasn't first. I always did it for them, but my time with them didn't come first. In this hustle, my time with my children come before anything. I schedule everything around that.
Now that he can think, he realized family is everything. So now, as he's older and wiser, family, his kids come first. Then he scheduled everything around that, and it falls in place.
I love it, and she needs it, and she loves it, and we love it. Yeah. And every time that happens, the opportunities that have presented themselves to me have been way huger than me hustling on the street all day. Doing the right thing presents those big opportunities. Yeah. You know, a lot of people don't do the right thing because they're scared that they're not going to get the opportunities. They end up hustling real fast and hard for nothing.
For nothing.
They cheat. They think they're winning temporarily, and then all of a sudden they got to start over, and they're older. And it's always harder to start over older. Don't start working out when you...
It's always hard to start over when you older. Hear what he said? Don't think if you just be so righteous now as a youngster that them big opportunities go come, because that's when they are going to come. But when they do come, they stay. When you cheat and you try to get to the top, what he's saying, yeah, it's going to come, but then you're going to have to fall off because the way you got there. But now you already in your 30s, closer to your 40s, and now you got to start over then. It's so hard.
You have no muscle memory. Start when you're a teenager. Just practice life young. So by the time you get to a certain age, you've already done it wrong at a young age. But it's not hot to be the old motherfucker in the club. That's the one thing I don't want to be, is a ringer. You know what I'm saying? The old guy that thinks he's cool around everybody young. And that's not going to be me. I'm not a ringer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be a bully in that circle. I'm going to be a bully around people my peers, my age.
Right.
And if I can't, then I'm going to keep hustling and grinding until I am. Period. It's easy to be a ringer. I'm not a ringer. I'm not trying to be the old guy at the club and be the legend and whatever. Nah, fuck all that. You understand what I'm saying?
Dash in the house and you like, you know, you just...
I'm low. Yeah. I'm not doing that. Yeah. I'll be a bully. I can always get money over there. Legend money is easy money.
Easy money. Walk through.
Because I'm 45, I'm 46. I've done enough, though, that I can really just live off the history. Yeah. I'm not doing that. For me, I have other options.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What's your thoughts on cannabis-infused alcohol and the risk reward of getting into this industry?
Where's the cannabis-infused alcohol? I need that. I got stuck on your dreams, because the experience is all that really should be currency. Is the good time, the bucket list. Look at your bucket list.
Okay, here we go.
I don't give a fucking list. I'm gonna do this because I just want to do it.
Love, the passion.
Just because it's fun.
Exactly.
That's what I got. I got a list of shit that I just want to do just because. One of them was sell oil. I did it and I moved on. You know what I'm saying?
You know your purpose, there's no obstacle.
One of them, I wanted to be a fight promoter. I did it and I moved on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a music mogul. I did it and I moved on. I wanted to be a fashion mogul. I did it, and I moved on. I wanted to do art. I did it, and I moved on. Now I want to be a film
Director.
I want to be a director, but I also want to have all these things. I just want to make movies. I want to do content.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now that I'm learning how to live a lifestyle and still maintain a healthy diabetic situation, I want to tell people how to be as healthy as me. Because one thing a diabetic wants to see is other diabetics win.
Wow.
Because that means they're going to win.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The more of us that win, the more we know we're going to win. So I'm going to teach people. Like, I don't know why anybody's ashamed if they're diabetic. It shows character. It defines, like, yo, I did everything I did while I was diabetic. Period. From the street to the music to the fashion, everything diabetic. If I could do it, anyone could do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did everything. You could do anything as a diabetic. The world needs to know that. But you gotta take it. You gotta carry it. I'm 46.
You gotta maintain.
You could be 46. If diabetic and still be rolling, you could do that.
And your sugar, you said your blood
My
sugar.
shit is at a 6 something right now. I ain't never been at a 6 nothing. With chefs around, with counting my carbs, everything. I never ever did it. It's the first time. It's fucked up because now I got way more energy. I told you I lost 10 pounds last week. I was way fatter last week. Pause. Word up, I know it.
That was way fatter than
That's
last
real
week.
talk, man.
7 days ago, I was 10 pounds heavier, B. I was, fuck all that.
Been working out like
Just I gotta get right. I'm my sugar right. I'm good now. You know, but I hurt my shoulder, so that's why I'm back. I couldn't work out.
You've been doing acupuncture. What's up with that?
It's been working. It's about circulating the blood, because where I have an injury, there's no. But like I said, Chinese medicine is bad because they do it by your tongue. They look at your tongue and they tell you everything. What is that?
I'm gonna wait on.
Oh,
Okay.
rubbing my head.
Skip a little bit because I want to get to
What are some of
second.
the biggest sacrifices that you had to make when starting up any of your businesses?
The biggest one is the time away from my children. That's the biggest sacrifice. Anything that takes you away from your family is a sacrifice.
Same here. Yeah.
But that's the biggest sacrifice. Other than that, nothing.
Right.
The biggest sacrifice. You talking about Damon Dash, Kevin Hart, Lee Daniels, Jay-Z, Kanye West, Cameron, Jim Jones. And he said the biggest sacrifice is time away from his kids. Wow, man. Damn.
Out of clothing, liquor, movies, music, oil, which industry is the toughest to break into for their years?
I think fashion might be the toughest because it's so cash intensive. You know what I mean? Like, that's the one where you really need a deep pocket to sustain. It takes a long time to build a brand. Building a brand, again, takes patience. But as far as moving parts, I think fashion. Because the design process and the soliciting process and the calendar process. Like music, you can make a record whenever you feel like it. You know, you're not on a calendar. But with fashion, if you don't have the brand shipped, or if you don't have the clothes, the product shipped to the stores, you lose all your real estate. And there's just so many variables. And they're producing that shit most of the time overseas. Like, my stuff is now made in the USA, but before, everything is in China. Like, what you want to do a half a planet away at a different time, speaking a different language. And then if you have to, like, to the extent that if it goes wrong 3 months ahead of time, it's not going to get on the boats, so you have to fly it in. You lose money there. There's so many ways.
So many
Wow.
different things.
Everything has to work perfect for you to make money in fashion, and then even at that, you're lucky if you have a 10% margin. Most people hustle for a 3 or 4% margin and do value.
Even
Wow.
That's off price.
Man, that's not even worth it, man.
Yeah, so that means 100 million, you're only making 10 million. 10 million, you're only making 1 million. 5 million, you're making 500,000. 500,000, you're making 100,000 or 50,000. You understand what I'm saying? So people might generate, and that's if everything goes right. But if everything goes off price, cut your margin in half, and that's really where people make money, is doing volume of off
Going
price.
to Macy's and going to department stores.
Right. So you have a 3% margin, but if you do double the stuff, then it turns into a 6% margin. But still, if you have 10 of those companies, then it's like a good healthy thing. But that's what I'm saying. Fashion, I think, is the hardest.
Yo, this is Kenyatta
Wow.
Hip Hop Motivation.
That's awesome.
First of all, I want to tell
That's awesome. Okay. So, did you guys get it? So, like he said, man,
I gotta do it again because I
especially from when he watched the New Edition movie, you know, one of the things that really hit him is how New Edition, I mean, they got beat so many times. They got beat. The only time they really actually got a chance to really see a little bit of some money for themselves was really when they got Johnny Gill and the Can You Stand the Rain album. The rest of all of that, dope ass albums. The All for Love album, oh man, that's my favorite album. Everybody think the Candy Girl album. I mean, Candy Girl album was awesome, and also the Candy Girl, Mr. Telephone Man. But the favorite album to me was All for Love and Let's Be Friends. 'Cause I don't wanna hurt you, let's be friends. 'Cause I don't wanna let you down. Girl, let me explain why we can if you only knew what I'm. No. Anyway. But yeah, that's my favorite album. Sweet Thing. But all them albums, like I said, they didn't make no money off of them. You know what I'm saying? The only time they made all them tours, all that, I mean, they famous ever. They the biggest group ever. But the money they come into them. So, wow. And the youngsters, don't be afraid to be righteous. You don't have to be hard. You don't have to be hard. You don't have to be hard. That's over. We did that. Tupac. Master P. You know what I'm saying? Jay Prince with the Ghetto Boys. Read these Nikes. You know what I mean? We did. I don't have to do it. In this generation, it's about how smart you is in creating. So put down that hard stuff, y'all. That's weak. That's over. You know what I'm saying? Be righteous, and you will never have to start over. So when you do hit that age, 30 and 40, you good. You know what I'm saying? So watch more Damon Dash. New Edition movie. Unfreaking believable. More Damon Dash though, man. That guy got a lot to say. Alright, I'm going, y'all. Peace.